Hey guys, this is Golden, or just a cute stoner girl on Instagram, and I had a wonderful time on Joe TV chatting about this wonderful cannabis community. So,
Welcome to My First Time, the show about your first time getting high on marijuana. I'm your host, Mike Freeman with Dro TV. Today, I'd like to welcome our guest, Golden, aka Just a Cute Stoner Girl. How are you?
hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for coming on Dro TV today. You can find more of Golden on Instagram and TikTok at Just a Cute Stoner Girl. We'll have all the links in the description below. So Golden, thanks again for giving us some time today. Let everybody know where you're located and what you got going on in the cannabis community.
Yeah, so it's really my pleasure to come on here and give a little talk. So I'm from Canada. I'm in the province of Quebec, and that's maybe you'll find that I have a little accent, French accent, but that's all part of the Quebec thing. And yeah, so just a cute stoner girl on Instagram, and I like posting about having a balanced lifestyle and having a good cannabis education and knowledge and all of some tips and all that, and just being myself basically on Instagram. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Great. Well, we'll definitely talk more about that and some of the things you have going on Instagram
Yeah.
and TikTok. But the show is my first time, so please let us know about the first time you got high.
Yeah, that's really funny. Like when I got approached by you guys, I was like, oh, that's really cute, because I'm like a little newbie in all this cannabis community. I mean, as like not any other people. My first time smoking, I think it was like 22 in university. So I was really old, and it was yeah, it was in university, like chemistry games, because I've studied in chemistry. I have a master's degree in chemistry, and now back then we had it's a little party weekend and all that, and all weekend I was like, oh, I think I want to try. I think I'm ready, because I was like having some little skeptical idea at first, but I took my first puff and my my first joint, and I don't really remember the outcoming of the first time, but I know that I felt really good. I mean, I like the feeling, I like the vibe, and then it just kept on going after that. And yeah, so it's really a nice discovery for me. It was a discovery moment at the first time.
Right. So when you say you don't remember, were you drinking too? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a mix of both. So I don't think it can be like a really like 100% pure cannabis experience. But after that, I took like only cannabis, and it was like a couple of weeks after that, and it was really fantastic. I was not good with the smoking at first, but I got better.
Right.
To eventually go on and try out oils and capsules and edibles, and try out everything in any forms that it comes.
Awesome. What do you prefer? Oil, flower, edibles? What do you like to take now? All of them?
Yeah, well, all of them, but
Okay.
I'm really a vape concentrate oil kind of girl. So this is my little vape of the moment.
Okay.
Before smoking my joint.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so I really use everything, but I love the concentrates. It's a really pure taste, and being a chemist, I'm like all in with the extraction and all that. Never done it, but wishing to.
Awesome. What you smoking on there? What do you have for concentrate?
Yeah, so this concentrate is some strawberry cough. Really like this sativa, and it helps a lot with the talking and telling stories. So I thought it was the perfect fit for
Awesome.
this video. Well, this interview.
Yeah. I might have to try that because I don't smoke before any of these because I usually can't talk. It gives me like cotton mouth and dry and
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it's part of like knowing yourself when you like consume cannabis, and like some strains they like get you cotton mouth all the way. But I've looked up strawberry cough, and yeah, it was really a nice strain for having a nice moment and talking. So
cool.
yeah.
I'll put that on the list. And like like everyone who consumes cannabis right now, we're all still experimenting because
Exactly.
it affects everyone differently. And so strawberry cough, I'm gonna have to put that
Yeah.
on the list.
Yeah, a good one for talking.
So you're a chemist. What is your, you don't have to give away too much information, but like uh so you've yet to try making a concentrate yourself?
Yeah, never done it, but never even looked up how. So I'm really in a like learning process of all this.
Okay. Okay, cool. Um,
Are you, well, if I can ask some questions, are you a grower or
no,
no?
I'm a 100% consumer. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
same here.
Uh, where I am in Florida, you can't grow it.
Yeah.
There's medical, but it's not legal. So if you have a medical card, I still don't think you can grow, but I think, um,
Yeah, it depends on the laws, because
yeah,
yeah, in some states, I mean, I think you can have medical, but you can't grow. In other places you can, and it's like there's a limit, or it's all pretty messed up with the legalization in the US. In Canada, we're all good.
yeah, yeah. Hey everybody, I want to quickly mention food forest abundance. Food forest abundance is a great way to create your own self-sustaining food forest and naturally occurring ecosystem that's commonly found in nature, but designed specifically for you. Through multiple layers of trees, shrubs, herbs, vines, rhizomes, mushrooms, and perennial vegetables, you can become your own supply chain without the typical maintenance required of a garden. From small spaces to large areas, both urban and suburban, Food Forest Abundance wants us to get back to our roots in nature by engaging with our food production in a meaningful way. For more information, click on the link in the description below and start your journey today. Okay, let's get back to today's episode. Yeah, I've been smoking weed since 1997.
All
And
right.
so for like 20 years, it was always illegal. You had to hide it.
Exact.
So I kind of just lived my life how I always did. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to grow anything right now because my friend, he grows.
He's the one that like likes it and like is passionate
Yeah.
about it, and he knows the things. And
He's been doing it a long time and he has really good stuff. So I don't need to waste my time
no.
figuring out if this is going to work. He's already done that for me. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I would much rather do this and, build relationships and network and talk to people all around the world and see what it's like where you are. And
yeah, that's really the nice thing about the cannabis community is that, well, like you said, we're experimenting, because nothing is like 100% legal in like worldwide. So it's Mr. and Mrs. from here and there getting their input, and some like to grow, some like to consume, some communicate, some are, I mean, there's a lot of branches, and that's what I like about this cannabis community, and what I feel like in 5 to 10 years it's going to be totally different, I hope, in a good way.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a new thing, we're experimenting, but I hope that one day like jobs are going to get created in different domains related to cannabis, and it won't be something that is like
yeah, yeah, we can hope,
yeah.
I think that's what we need. And
Well,
still a small industry.
it's still a small industry, and I'm looking a lot into the research, since like I've finished my degree, my master's degree. It was a research project, so I was all in the chemistry literature, and then I started to go into the cannabis chemistry literature, and it's really interesting. But like the research have to get pushed forward. Like there has to be more budget for like more research on cannabis, and like to get like all the data and um to make things change, because for now I think the government and places around the world are just basing their thoughts on like past studies, like for say 20-30 years. It was not the same thing as the studies that are coming the studies that are coming out right now. So the research is really interesting, but there has to be more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too slow. They said, okay, it's legal, but then they're not doing enough to
No.
move it faster or allow, there's still a lot of regulations and restrictions to what people can do. And so that's
And
why I still kind of just live my life. Not
yeah,
that it's illegal, but I just treat it like I did for 20 years.
exactly. And I think it's like it's a good thing, because someday I think it's gonna change, but for the moment you're just like processing it and getting into your daily routine, like you say.
Yeah.
And I mean, is it the same, like you say, back like 20 years? Is it the same like vibe, or is it, since like it's getting legal in more states than in 1997, I mean, is it like better viewed? Well,
I would say it's more acceptable now.
mm,
I always look at where I grew up, the older generation, maybe 60, 70, 80 years old. To them, it was a drug, a bad drug. And now that it's legal in so many states and you have CBD and, Rick Simpson oil and THC for medication and pain, my parents know people that are using it, and so there's
yeah,
less stigma around being a user of cannabis. So that's a
okay,
positive thing. There's a much bigger community now than
yeah,
before. You would today it's still we went to a party at 4th of July,
yeah,
Independence Day,
yeah,
and I rolled up a couple joints and I said, man, I don't know if anyone's going to be smoking there. I know everyone will be drinking, and that's fine.
yeah,
But what are they going to think of me? And luckily everybody was smoking, so it was fine.
yeah. It's like
But yeah,
accepted in your close friends. And
when I don't drink alcohol, so when I was smoking all these years and I would go to these parties, I'd have to go hide outside and smoke, and so but I think a lot of that's changing. It's certainly changing for the better now that you can get a medicinal card and you can say that it's medicine, even though it was medicine 20 years ago. We have much better quality stuff. We're able to test it more, so we know about pesticides, and so it's moving in the right direction. It's just still very slow.
yeah, it's transforming like in our minds, and transforming also in the society. Like you said, the testing of the products is really crucial, because you want to know what you're consuming. That's the basic thing. Like we can compare it to alcohol. I mean, would you go and buy alcohol in a street by somebody you think that you know?
Right.
I mean, alcohol, it can be really toxic, just like the things that you can find in cannabis if it's not tested. So yeah, it's a great transformation that's going in the right direction.
Yeah. So let's talk about your Instagram.
Cool.
You've got quite a following. You're putting out a lot of content. Some of it's educational, some of
Yeah.
it's just motivational, positive. What made you want to start posting these videos?
Yeah, it's just started out, I mean, out of nothing, but out of maybe a little idea that I had to like create a little like open conversation and open-minded community about cannabis and everything around it. And it's just really such an interesting thing and an interesting learning process. I love to learn. I'm really curious, and just I want to bring like my voice to this industry and to help in whatever situation. And just like you said, it's really a lot educational. And I'm like the I call myself like the cannabis teacher in my friends.
Okay.
Like they're always like, oh, okay, so well, if I want to be like really calm, what do you do? Like I don't know how do you say it, like conseil, what do you searching my words. Ah, I don't have it. So I'm like the cannabis teacher, and I really like share all of what's happening in my head, and bringing like an open and like really open-minded content to whoever wants to jump in and and have nice discussions, because I really like to talk to all the people that I meet. I call people my friends on here, and that's basically what I try to get, is like a friendly interaction to like open up and all that. So
Awesome. Is
yeah.
there a strong cannabis community in Quebec?
Yeah, it's a nice community. It's particular in the way that the cannabis regulation in Quebec is not the same as in the other provinces in Canada. In
Okay.
other provinces, I'm not sure if all of them are like that, but there is like the cannabis regulation is left to like private like companies, and you can test your own, and like there can be a lot of private companies, but in Quebec it's all regulated by the government.
Okay.
So it's like there's one like authorized facility that can, well, dispensary that can sell weed. um at first, I think the cannabis community in Quebec was um quite present, but like there was big stigma. But now it's really a nice opening, um since a couple of years since legalization. And I haven't met a lot out of my friends, but it's really nice to like talk to people online, and that's why I have my my Instagram page. But like getting to feel the vibe, like sometimes in festivals, I just had a story come up in my head, like people are like dancing and all that, and some people have a joint, and like everybody is like, hey, you want to pass it, before COVID. Well, after COVID, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but people are really sharing, like that's really a little typical thing about Quebec, is we love to share, we love to like have fun and all that. So yeah, it's really starting it's a really nice vibe in the cannabis room.
Yeah. It I've been in the music industry. I've been in radio,
Yeah.
and those are all super competitive. People have egos, they have positions they want to be in. And there's a little bit of that in the cannabis community, but for the most part, everybody's
Yeah.
just open and laid back and casual. And I'll talk to this
Mm.
person and here have this, so it's really great. Looking forward to, like you said, 5-10 years from now,
Hmm.
what the industry looks like. So
And it's nice to have a little competition. I mean,
yeah.
there's always something to be like looking up. I've been a past athlete in a competitive sport, so I have the little like, you have to go in it. And like you said, the cannabis industry for now, everybody that I have met is like so chilled out and just like
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like being competitive. But at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, the only competition is yourself.
Exactly. I
Right.
mean, yeah, I think the main the main thing that gets people into cannabis is sometimes a little problem with mental health, or other pain and all that. But a lot of people that I have met and myself use cannabis for mental health and have very positive impact. So, like you say, it's always you're the number one person to be in competition, and you don't want to be in a bad competition with yourself.
Right. Right.
Mm.
Absolutely. Um, so no chemistry. You haven't made any. Have you tried growing anything?
I haven't grown personally, but I've my boyfriend grew some little plants, and I was
Okay.
helping him out, and it was a really nice quality. So maybe sometime in the future it will be something of interest. But for now, it's not personally my vibe, but I know a lot of people who it's their vibe. And I mean, like your friend, those kind of people will be the people that will be growing and passionate about growing. So
Sure.
yeah, yeah,
There's a space for everybody, right?
exactly, exactly. Some people are growing and some people are communicating.
Right. Right. Yeah. Um, so any future goals for your Instagram channel or for yourself personally in the cannabis community?
Yeah, of course. I want to grow every day, and future goals are going to be transformed into hopefully some new content that will be in a form of maybe a podcast, a video podcast. So I'm trying to work on that very soon. So um, thanks for the invitation. I'm like having a great sense of like how to record a nice thing. So, but yeah, I want to turn into making some more discussion, more open, like open minded discussion around cannabis, um, and eventually maybe starting a little company. I don't have any ideas yet, but I'm really loving what I'm learning in this industry, and it's making myself creative and making myself motivated. And that's really something that I have not yet defined in a professional world. So who knows what can happen in a
Yeah.
year.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Great. Well, Golden, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you again for
Yeah,
coming
same
on
year.
TV. Let everybody know where they can follow you at.
Yeah, sure. So if you want to check me out, you can check me out on my Instagram. It's just a cute stoner girl, all the words with a dot in between it, and it's golden. So I have also TikTok, just a cute stoner girl. And thanks again for having me. It was really, really a nice discussion.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And to the viewers out there, if you're watching this on YouTube, you got to go down and hit that like button for Golden. Leave a comment. Have you smoked strawberry cough? I need to figure out where I can get some.
Oh, yeah.
Test it out. Or if you've been to Quebec and you've been consuming cannabis in Quebec, leave a comment for Golden. And if you are
Yeah.
watching
Getting
this
my
on YouTube,
community.
yeah, and building the community with Golden, reach out to her. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you got to make sure you go down and subscribe, because otherwise you would miss great interviews like this one with Golden. So thank you again. And if you're watching, to everybody tuned in, thank you very much. We'll see you on the next episode. And as always, smoke them if you got them. What's up, Dro TV family? You can now stream the audio version of all these episodes on your favorite podcast player. And if you like more episodes like this, check out this playlist we put together over here for you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. You don't want to miss more great content from Dro TV. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, smoke them if you got them.